In the 1980s, the toy aisles were overflowing with a multitude of action figure lines, all engaged in a fierce battle for consumer attention and, most importantly, their hard-earned dollars. Among these toy lines, only a select few managed to reach the pinnacle of success. However, as time marched on, even the mighty He-Man and the Masters of the Universe found themselves losing their grip on the market due to evolving trends and diminishing interest. Naturally, Mattel, the toy manufacturer, found themselves in need of fresh heroes to reinvigorate their brand. In response to this demand, Filmation stepped up and delivered Marshall Bravestarr, a character possessing the incredible abilities of hawk-like vision, wolf-like hearing, bear-like strength, and puma-like speed. This American space western animated series originally aired in syndication from September 1987 to February 1988, with a total 65 episodes long run, and was introduced a year after Mattel's release of a collection of action figures in 1986. But despite its enticing space western premise, Bravestarr fell short of the high expectations set by its creators, and both companies who had invested substantial resources in the franchise faced significant setbacks when it failed to meet its projected success. On top of that, Bravestarr marked the final animated series produced by Filmation and Group W Productions before Filmation closed its doors in 1989. However, over time, the show has garnered a devoted following among animation enthusiasts who admire its originality and its bold departure from the norm at the time. So, now the obvious question is, what was the premise of this cartoon, and why did it not make it till the end? And that's exactly what we are going to discuss in this video, alongside everything else we know about Bravestarr. So, without wasting another moment, let's get right into it. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. How did the idea of Bravestarr come into existence? Now, just in case you did not know, Filmation, founded in 1962 by Lou Scheimer, Hal Sutherland, and Norm Prescott, initially dabbled in motion pictures, but later found success in producing licensed television animated series. Their breakthrough came with the adaptation of Superman for television in 1966, followed by a string of hits in the late 1960s and early 1970s, including The Archie Show and Sabrina the Teenage Witch. The company also earned critical acclaim for the Emmy Award-winning Star Trek animated series in the 1970s. However, it was He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, based on the Mattel toy line in the mid-1980s, that propelled Filmation to new heights. The success of this series, along with relaxed government regulations on children's television, led to a boom in toy-based cartoons. Naturally, Filmation aimed to capitalize on this trend and introduced Bravestarr, which was a futuristic science fiction western, perfectly aligned with the spirit of the 1980s. Mattel, despite being hesitant about connecting it to He-Man, supported the idea and collaborated with Filmation to launch the Bravestarr toy line. While the original plan included a tie-in between Bravestarr and He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, where He-Man would inspire a young Marshall Bravestarr, Mattel eventually opted against this connection. As a result, the two series remained separate, and Bravestarr embarked on its own journey without a direct crossover with He-Man, even though it initially held great promise, including a theatrical animated motion picture release. Now coming to the concept of Bravestarr, it initially originated from the character Texx, who was created by Filmation in 1984, while the progress of Filmation's Ghostbusters series was in the process. Lou Scheimer, co-founder of Filmation, saw immense potential in Texx's design and decided to remove him from the cast of the Ghostbusters series. He entrusted the development of a sci-fi western series centered around Texx to Filmation's then Vice President of Creative Affairs, Arthur Nadell, and John Grussid, the art director. As the ideas for the series took a rough shape, Filmation's writer Bob Forward played a significant role in enriching and guiding the writers and ultimately ended up co-writing the script for the film Bravestarr, The Legend, alongside Steve Hayes. Plus, it should definitely be noted that Lou Scheimer was drawn to the idea of a futuristic western series that could capture the essence of classic battles between good and evil, reminiscent of matinee cowboys like Hopalong Cassidy, Tom Mix, and Gene Autry. He believed that the evolving interests of children, who were now more inclined toward computers and radios, called for a fresh take on the western genre. Scheimer's vision for Bravestarr was to create a series that blended elements of western genres with science fiction, offering viewers a unique experience. And so he introduced a show on aliens and space cowboys. The series was set in a distant 23rd century, upon the diverse desert planet of New Texas, adding a futuristic twist to the classic western backdrop. Following Filmation's tradition, each episode of Bravestarr concluded with a moral lesson, as seen in Filmation's other series like She-Ra, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, Ghostbusters, and Shazam. Notably, one episode titled The Price even dealt with the consequences of a young boy's addiction to a dangerous drug named Spin. The primary setting for most Bravestarr episodes was based on a certain planetary system that orbited 3 suns and located 600 parsecs from Earth, which is equivalent to 1,957 light-years. New Texas faced challenges such as the need to import most of its water and food due to arid conditions. While much of the land was barren, there were wetlands inhabited by creatures known as ape cats, and the water was obtained from a plant called aquapod, which resembled a cactus. The planet's main export, carium, a red-colored mineral which was used as the main source of fuel, often led to aggressive confrontations among characters. It was implied that New Texas was initially acquired for its carium resources, but it continued to be inhabited long after the mines were depleted. The Prairie People, who were the real natives of New Texas, managed majority of the carium mines. Interestingly, Texx, the main antagonist of Bravestarr, was conceived before the creation of Marshall Bravestarr himself. Now coming to the protagonist's premise, Shaman had expressed a deep concern for the underrepresentation and often negative portrayal of Native Americans in children's shows. He aimed to rectify this situation by crafting a series that would provide a more respectful and inclusive depiction of Native American culture. As Shaman and his team brainstormed ideas for the protagonist, who would stand opposite Texx, inspiration struck when he recalled a book he had read. The book happened to be Andre Norton's 1959 science fiction novel titled The Beastmaster. The novel's narrative centered around Hostine Storm, a Navajo man gifted with the ability to establish telepathic connections with animals in a futuristic setting. Shaman found the premise of the novel to be intriguing and believed it held promise as a foundation for a compelling series. Notably, The Beastmaster was adapted into the 1982 cult classic film of the same name, starring Mark Singer, and subsequently became part of a trilogy. However, Shaman was particularly drawn to the Native American elements present in the original novel, which were largely absent in the film's adaptation. While embracing the core concept of telepathic bonds with animals, Shaman incorporated additional futuristic and space-themed elements to create the unique world of Bravestarr. In this way, Bravestarr emerged as a series that not only addressed Shaman's concerns about the portrayal of Native Americans in children's entertainment, but also drew inspiration from a classic science fiction story, infusing it with a fresh and imaginative twist for a new generation of viewers. Sadly enough, even after garnering critical acclaim and maintaining a devoted cult following, Bravestarr faced challenges in achieving commercial success or matching up to the fame of the Masters of the Universe. The series, along with its accompanying film and toy line, struggled to gain the widespread popularity that had been anticipated. Adding to the disappointment, Filmation ceased operations before any additional Bravestarr cartoons could be produced, and this unfortunate turn of events led Mattel, the toy manufacturer, to discontinue the Bravestarr toy line, as it no longer made sense to continue without the support of an ongoing animated series to bolster it. Exploring the distinctive characters in Bravestarr. Now, every good show needs its eccentric characters to maintain a good run with its target audience, and Bravestarr did pretty well in that case. Although many other cartoons with a similar premise were introduced around that time, Bravestarr stood out for its quirky characters. So, let's take a gander at a few of them, beginning with none other than
Strength of the Bear!
Marshall Bravestarr. Voiced by Pat Fraley, Bravestarr, the central character serves as the galactic marshal responsible for maintaining law and order in the untamed space frontier of New Texas, defending the prairie from the malevolent forces of Stampede, a demonic bronchosaur, and his equally supernatural accomplice, Texx. Stalwart law enforcer was not alone in his quest for justice. He was accompanied by his steadfast companions, including his loyal steed 3030, the trusty deputy Fuzz, and the resolute judge JB McBride. A Native American by heritage, Bravestarr possesses a unique and extraordinary ability to invoke the powers of certain spirit animals, enabling him to perform brief but remarkable superhuman feats. When invoking the power of the hawk, his eyesight is enhanced, allowing for improved vision and the ability to gain an aerial perspective of the surrounding region. The wolf-like ears grant him the gift of superhuman hearing, enabling him to perceive sounds beyond ordinary human capabilities. The power of the bear bestows upon him incredible superhuman strength, enabling feats like crushing stones and supporting steel structures. creatures. As for the Puma-like speed, it grants him agility and velocity comparable to characters such as the Flash and Quicksilver from comics. Along with his innate animal powers, Bravestarr is equipped with a range of advanced electronic devices, including a two-way radio for communication and a computerized viewer. His arsenal includes a sophisticated hatchet, a neutral laser pistol, a trans-freezer rifle, and a ray lasso. Notably, the badge he wears on his yellow shirt possesses protective qualities, safeguarding him when the need arises. Despite being known as the champion of justice and the protector of peace, Bravestarr predominantly takes on the role of a mediator, seeking peaceful resolutions to conflicts whenever possible. His preference for diplomacy and mediation is a defining aspect of his character. However, he is not hesitant to take on a more confrontational role when confronted by the antagonistic elements of the series. Despite his remarkable powers, Bravestarr is not without his flaws, often succumbing to stubbornness and impulsiveness. He frequently seeks guidance from his shaman to navigate the challenges of each new predicament. In contrast to some of his more infallible counterparts in the world of Filmation heroes, Bravestarr's relatable imperfections add depth to his character and make his adventures all the more engaging.
Guess you should have let us lock up Scuzz when you had the chance, Marshall.
3030, voiced by Ed Gilbert, is a remarkable character in Bravestarr who serves as an equestroid and the deputy to Marshal Bravestarr. Now, what makes this horse eccentric is his unique ability to switch from a quadrupedal form to a more human-like bipedal form at his will. Marshal Bravestarr fondly refers to him as a great partner in their quest for justice. One of 3030's prominent features is his powerful weapon, Sarah Jane, a powerful energy arquebus that he employs to project direct energy blasts. In contrast to Bravestarr's preference for peaceful resolutions, 3030 tends to lean toward more confrontational approaches, often favoring physical confrontations over diplomatic solutions. Within the Bravestarr universe, 3030 is not just a talking techno horse, but the last survivor of an ancient civilization known as the Equestroids. These cybernetic, sentient equines possess extraordinary strength, which is comparable to Bravestarr's bear-like strength, making 3030 an invulnerable ally in their ongoing battles for justice and peace in New Texas. Deputy Fuzz, another delightful character in Bravestarr. Deputy Fuzz is one of the members of the Prairie People, the indigenous inhabitants of New Texas. He is a pudgy, prairie dog-like alien and often serves as a source of comic relief within the series. Fuzz's unique skills and abilities center around his exceptional digging capabilities, a trait shared by all members of his species. He possesses an unmatched speed when it comes to burrowing through the ground, surpassing even the most skilled miners in New Texas. Additionally, Fuzz boasts a high level of mechanical aptitude, excelling in the construction and repair of various devices. Bravestarr affectionately refers to Deputy Fuzz as his little partner. While Fuzz frequently provides comic moments in the series, he is also capable of taking on more serious roles as the need arises. Notably, he was among the first Prairie People to form a close friendship with humans, symbolizing the bridge between the two communities in New Texas. Voiced by Charlie Adler, Deputy Fuzz's endearing presence adds depth and charm to the Bravestarr series, making him a beloved character among fans. Judge JB McBride. Judge JB McBride, voiced by Susan Blue, is a prominent figure in the town of Fort Carrium in New Texas. She holds the position of Chief Judge and serves as both an ally and advisor to Marshal Bravestarr. Additionally, she plays the role of a potential romantic interest for Bravestarr, adding a bit more depth to their relationship. In times of need, Judge JB McBride comes to Bravestarr's aid and actively participates in battles, wielding a high-tech gavel provided to her by the Prairie People. This electronic gavel, often referred to as the Hammer of Justice within the series, serves as her weapon of choice, allowing her to contribute to the fight for justice and maintain law and order in Fort Carrium. Overall, JB McBride's character is a multifaceted and valuable presence in the Bravestarr series, embodying strength, wisdom, and a commitment to upholding the law.
Good.
Shaman. This unnamed Native American shaman, voiced by Ed Gilbert, provides valuable guidance and counsel to Bravestarr. As a mystic figure, the shaman possesses extraordinary abilities that are occasionally showcased in moments of great need. These powers include teleportation, time travel, psychokinesis, and nearly omniscient clairvoyance, making him a powerful presence in the series. In Bravestarr's life, the shaman holds a unique role as both a mentor and an adoptive father figure. This bond is particularly meaningful to Bravestarr, as he never had the opportunity to know his biological parents. While the shaman rarely rarely expresses his overtly paternal feelings. He harbors a deep affection for Bravestarr. Viewing him as a beloved son, the Shaman resides in a towering mountain known as Star Peak, which is characterized by impressive animal carvings, and also houses a substantial carium deposit. Bravestarr often telepathically communicates with the Shaman to seek guidance and wisdom, turning to him for advice on navigating challenging situations. The Shaman's character brings a sense of mysticism, wisdom, and familial connection to the Bravestarr series, enhancing the depth of the narrative. Stampede. Voiced by Alan Oppenheimer, Stampede is a formidable antagonist in Bravestarr and serves as the sinister leader of the Carrion Bunch, a group of outlaws based at the Hexagon. His presence is characterized by his menacing and demonic appearance, resembling a skeletal bull. Stampede's role within the series is akin to the Eminence Gree behind Texx's nefarious schemes and powers, mirroring the relationship between Shaman and Bravestarr. Notably, Stampede is a monstrous bronchosaur, and he appears to be the last surviving member of his kind. While he rarely engages directly in battles, his influence looms large as he orchestrates the malevolent plans of his subordinates, as the mastermind behind the evil plots that often threaten the peace of New Texas. In addition to this, Stampede is the archenemy of Bravestarr's mentor, Shaman, creating a compelling dynamic in the series. Overall, his character embodies darkness and serves as a formidable and enigmatic foe in the ongoing conflict between good and evil in New Texas. Texx, the character who made it all happen in the first place. Texx, voiced by Charlie Adler, is a central character in Bravestarr and leads the Carrion Bunch under Stampede. He stands as Bravestarr's rival, counterpart, and primary opponent in the series. This villain's distinct appearance is characterized by shriveled features and lavender-colored skin. Texx's origins trace back to his former identity as Texx, an avid Carium seeker who briefly co-owned a Carium mine alongside Angus. However, his fate took a dark turn when he collided with a supercharged Carium ship returning from New Texas. This fateful accident resulted in Texx's transformation and endowed him with a range of magical powers granted by Stampede, which include the ability to unleash energy bolts, trigger mountain-destroying explosions, undergo physical transformations, and summon creatures known as fire snakes. In the feature film, Texx is credited with the discovery of Carium on New Texas, solidifying his presence as a significant figure in the series. As Bravestarr's primary adversary, Texx adds depth and intensity to the ongoing conflicts and battles in the world of Bravestarr. Outlaw Scuzz, another character in Alan Oppenheimer's voice. Scuzz is a notable character in Bravestarr and serves as the cigar-smoking henchman of Texx. Interestingly, he is also the cousin of Deputy Fuzz, adding a familial twist to the series. Scuzz's character stands out for his distinctive personality and habits. Similar to Texx, Scuzz underwent a transformation thanks to the influence of Stampede, which led him down a path of criminality. He is often seen indulging in cigar smoking, a habit that earns him reprimands from his associates due to its negative health implications. A pretty genius way to send a message to the show's young viewers. In a unique twist, Scuzz occasionally addresses the viewers directly during the moral lessons presented at the end of each episode. He expresses a liking for his outlaw lifestyle, but acknowledges that the one negative aspect he dislikes is smoking, serving as a subtle message to viewers about the importance of making positive choices. Overall, Scuzz's character brings a mix of humor and life lessons to Bravestarr, showcasing the series' commitment to conveying valuable messages to its audience. Sandstorm. Sandstorm is a red reptilian alien with the unique ability to exhale massive clouds of sand, which the Carrion Bunch often utilizes for their getaways and schemes. Sandstorm's presence adds intrigue to the series, as he is a native of New Texas. In addition to his sand-exhaling power, Sandstorm has further capabilities, such as using his sand to induce sleep in others and even conjuring sand creatures. These additional talents make him a versatile and formidable character within the Bravestarr universe. The sand snakes, sometimes referred to as sand walruses, are a unique and intriguing species native to New Texas. Overall, Sandstorm's abilities and origin contribute to the rich and diverse tapestry of characters and creatures that populate the series, enhancing its overall appeal and storytelling possibilities. Bravestarr, the movie. Bravestarr, the movie, also known as Bravestarr, the Legend in Europe and The Legend of Bravestarr in the Philippines, was an animated space western film that was released on March 18, 1988 by Taurus Entertainment. This movie was based on Filmation's television series and Mattel's action figure line of the same name, and was one of the early animated features of that time to incorporate computer graphics. Much like the series we discussed, the film delves into the origins of Bravestarr's journey, depicting his rise to becoming a galactic marshal and his assignment to the planet New Texas, which is abundant in Carium, a fictional or central to the TV series. New Texas is under constant threat from outlaws, leading to Bravestarr's return to his childhood guardian, the Shaman. As he fulfills his destiny as the protector of Fort Carrium, Bravestarr faces frightening foes in the form of Stampede, a malevolent spirit embodied by a bull skull, and Texx, the leader of the New Texas Outlaws. Throughout the film, viewers are reintroduced to Bravestarr's allies who mirror his animated series counterpart, including JB, a female judge, 3030, his talking horse capable of independent action, Deputy Fuzz, a member of the Prairie People, the indigenous inhabitants of New Texas, and the Shaman, Bravestarr's mentor who aids him in discovering his animal-based powers. Interestingly, Bravestarr the movie was produced and released after the conclusion of the TV series, marking it as a prequel to the events of the show. While it garnered positive reviews from critics, it did not achieve significant box office success, primarily playing in weekend matinees in limited markets. Following the film's release, Filmation, the production studio, closed down for good, making Bravestarr the movie its final full-length production. Chronologically, the pilot episode of the TV series titled The Disappearance of 3030 picks up where the events of the movie left off, although the movie itself was released after the TV series had concluded, even though the show gained quite an audience. Compared to that, the movie was sort of a no-go. Can we see Bravestarr reboot in the future? We have fully established at least one fact by now, that Marshal Bravestarr, the iconic Native American superhero hailing from New Texas in the 23rd century, holds a special place in the hearts of 80s cartoon enthusiasts and action figure collectors. But like time and tide waits for none, the era evolved, and after the immense success Filmation enjoyed with He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, Bravestarr did not quite reach the same stratosphere of popularity. Yet, undeniably passionate fans have continually clamored for a revival of the beloved character. These fans, captivated by the wave of 80s nostalgia sweeping through entertainment, wonder why Bravestarr remains seemingly forgotten while other iconic 80s franchises enjoy reboots and reimaginings. Take, for instance, He-Man, who has been brought back to life by director Kevin Smith for Netflix, with a live-action film adaptation in the works at Sony. In this climate of nostalgia-driven resurrections, the absence of Bravestarr is honestly perplexing. Bravestarr's potential for a triumphant return is evident. The character, as a Native American hero, embodies the diversity that contemporary audiences crave for. The original series' remarkable fusion of steampunk, sci fiction, and cowboy aesthetics presents a visually stunning backdrop that modern filmmakers could explore and leverage to captivate audiences. Plus, if the character's standalone appeal feels uncertain, perhaps a collaboration with He-Man in an animated feature could elevate Bravestarr's profile. Maybe Netflix's animated He-Man show could potentially feature Bravestarr and his compatriots from New Texas, creating a dynamic crossover event. Additionally, licensing and film rights should not pose insurmountable obstacles, as DreamWorks, renowned for its work on the Shrek franchise, holds the rights to both He-Man and Bravestarr at the moment. While the prospect of a live-action Bravestarr film may seem distant, fans continue to hope. The animated reboot could serve as a launching pad for a full-fledged movie. The current zenith of 80s nostalgia provides an opportune moment for Bravestarr's return to the limelight. Bravestarr's legacy is a testament to his forward-thinking approach, breaking free from stereotypes and setting the stage for diverse characters in animation. The series may have lasted only 65 episodes, but its impact endures. The time is ripe for a Bravestarr revival, and those who cherish the character can only hope that a visionary at DreamWorks recognizes the untapped potential of this space western hero. Marvelous verdict. In conclusion, Bravestarr was a unique experiment in the 80s marketing system, following the footsteps of successful predecessors like Transformers, G.I. Joe, and He-Man. It presented a fully realized world with well-developed characters, offering action, adventure, and moral lessons alongside laser fights and magic. Despite its thematic inspiration and noble intentions, it fell short of achieving the same level of success enjoyed by He-Man and the Masters of the Universe till this day. Bravestarr struggled to resonate with both children and parents, and it remains a lesser-known gem in the world of 80s cartoons and toys. While it may not have achieved the same iconic status as some of its peers, Bravestarr still holds a special place in the hearts of those who appreciated its originality and unique storytelling. Despite its brief television run and the closure of Filmation, the series left a lasting impact, and a good number of dedicated fans have longed for a revival, whether through an animated feature or a live-action film. The character's potential for a comeback, along with the current 80s nostalgia wave, suggests that the time may be right for Bravestarr to return to the screen. Here's to hoping that this iconic hero will ride again in a new era of entertainment. So, now that we have reached the very end of this video, what is your favorite 80s cartoon show? Please let us know in the comment box below. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks everyone.